Welcome, welcome, and hello everybody. Welcome to the balance. It's nice to have all of you here, of course. Every day is an honor where we get closer to each from the top all the way to the bottom. What goes down must stay down, and what comes up may come down. Welcome to the blob, the place of the balance, where we will discover yourself is the balance and assist. And you will come together with your family and your friends, but most importantly, you'll come together with yourself. Let the heart beat, let those kidneys urinate, and let yourself be free, just like that bird. You will see things you never thought you would. We're going to begin with the almighty paragraph. You may go ahead. Yeah. This is the almighty paragraph. When they ask of each other, what are we doing? Is this what you really want? Is this the hard, dark shadow that you're seeking to follow in and hide in? Are you willing to listen to the voices control you? Or are you holding yourself back by doing so? Or are you putting yourself self-fulfillment? Are you locked in a maze? Are you trapped in the system? What is it that you are seeking to find? Well, we all look at it together through the great look of our eyes and the power of our brains. We say, this is our power. Together we will rise and go beyond where we are expected to be. The almighty paragraph. Thank you. So welcome. Now, what is that you are looking for in life? What does your heart want? Huh? What does your brain want? What is your inner passion? What is your inner self speaking of when you do something? Is it saying, I don't like this or I like this? Does time go slow when you're in certain places or does time go quicker when you're in other places? You need to figure out yourself, figure out what you're doing, where you are in these certain places and times, in the circumstances. Put yourself in those scenarios where you've been. Think of your past experiences. When would the time go quick and when would the time go slow? You need to ask and figure out these things because this is how you figure out what is fulfilling to you, what will drive you forward as a person, as yourself, and is self gratifying. What is the power that you seek, but you have not yet held fully? You'll find it, everyone. You will find it, and you will speak to yourself in your heart to the others. Is our goal as a human, as a people, to come together. It's what we all have the power to do, and it's what we are going to do. Where we hold ourselves, our in selves, to the other selves. Do you know what is right for yourself? Do you know what it is that you want? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Are you told to do these things? Or you don't feel good enough to? Or do you feel on something that you really want to do, something that you really want? You don't want to do it because you feel you aren't doing it right. What is it? Are you afraid of doing the right thing or going beyond expectations? Why? Do you hate yourself or do you love yourself? Do you resent your neighbors or do you like your neighbors? The reason why these questions are being projected onto you is simply because these are questions that you need to reflect on. And your answers, the first thing that comes into mind once you hear these questions, besides is, you know, who you are as a person. What are you? What would you describe yourself as? What would people say to you if you were dead? Well, how would they remember you? These questions and questions. Will you remember for holding your head high in the storm or taking cover when there's nothing out there? Friends, people, we have a power, and our power is strong. So why are you your own weakness? Why are you your own weakness to your great power, huh? Because we all know we have great capability. We have the power to stand up and move forward. We have the power to move as a human, as a mind. But our own weakness is ourself, is our limitations that we apply onto ourselves. We hold the weight. Why are we holding ourselves back? Is it because we are that's how we were raised, where we expected to hold ourselves back and go through the fire as it's being thrown at you and just not move ever? When they're shooting arrows at you, you're not moving or just staying still? Are you moving forward or backwards or to the sides? When you move to the sides, where is it that you go? Huh? You have to ask yourself some questions sometimes. It is good. Do you hate yourself or do you love yourself? It's the question. When you talk, I saw a quote one time. It was a quote I saw online saying, the words are like a spell. This is not my words. These are not my words, but words are like a spell, which is why it's called spelling. Spell. And whenever you tell yourself something, it's gonna stick in you and it's gonna like mold you in a way. So you want to say good things, you want to portray good things rather than the negative. Is that right? Do it for yourself and do it for others. You want to be portray the good energy because people could feel negative energy. And that's not fun to feel. It makes you tensed up. But you want to feel free? Well, you have the key to free yourself. Why are you hiding it? Do you feel you're not ready to open yourself up and go? Is there something holding you back? Do you say, oh, it's because I'm too young, or I'm too old, or it's too late for me now? It's never too late. Haven't you seen TV where the older people go back to college or school? Actually, is a funny TV experience because we laugh at them. Oh, they're old and they're with a bunch of children and they're probably going to be, smaller minded. No, that is just trying to show to us that it is never too late, friends, to move forward. It'll never be too late for anything. If you missed out on something, then you got to make it yourself, huh? Open up your own doors. Don't expect your doors to be open for you. Sometimes, when you're going to a place and other people are going, sometimes they hold the door for you. Other times they'll expect you to do the same. Or worse, they won't even open it for you or they'll close it on you. What I'm trying to say is not every time they'll open your door for you. You got to get it yourself and let others come in. Always let others come in, no matter what they do or say. There may be some of the meanest people out there. Maybe some of the most cruelest and hard-hearted people out there. At the same time, there can be some of the good people out there. Those who hurt us, you still have to open the door for them. It is the right. It's just you have to because they're people too, and you want to express this positive energy as others will see it and want to do the same. In the words of Tommy Wiseau in The Room, for those of you who know, he says, if a lot of people love each other, the world would be a better place to live. Well, that starts with you, where you open the door and let everyone in out of the fullness of yourself. And yes, I've seen The Room. It's a good movie. It's good. It's real good, right? I see you're smiling behind the mask. Think it's good? Give a thumbs up. Good. Yeah, you too. You too. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, he likes the room. So there's some people out there that hurt us or do the worst things to us. You say, I'm never gonna want that person around you ever. Just because someone does something wrong does not mean that they should be banished from the face of the earth. But rather, you can work and give them the help. Give them your hand, even when they're not wanting it. Always have yourself on standby for those who are about to fall. Because you would not want yourself to be on the ground for no one. You want to pick others up and pick yourself up. It is something that could be hard to do, but does not mean it's not impossible. In everything in life, it may seem hard to do, but that does not mean that it is impossible. Do you want to know what's impossible? What's impossible? Nothing except saying impossible. It's impossible to believe that everything is impossible. Truly. Just hold yourself down. Such an ugly word, impossible. I would hate to think that everything is impossible. Yet some people spend all of their life thinking that things are impossible for themselves, for others, their family, their children, their parents. It's like, how could you think such a thing? Open the cage, free yourself, and fly through. Go out there, soar through the wind. Why do you hate yourself? Why are you putting yourself down? Is it because you're afraid of doing the right thing? Are you? Or are you afraid you will not do the right thing and that you will fall? Think you're going to fall? You think you're going to stumble and never, it's unrecoverable? What do you think? Huh? Because the beauty of having passion is like legs. You can stand up again. We're given everything we could because we're going to use it. All of these materials, we're going to use it. All of this brain power, this strength, and these hands, we're going to use them. We're going to push through the crowd and we're going to open up the cages and open ourselves and free. I'm just trying to push you all to move forward from yourselves. Once you leave this building, all of you people in here, there's like 20 of you due to the restrictions. Once you get out, you will give your hands to others and open up the door for others. I want you to be the change that you want to see, as many people say that. We have the power, as we say here. Find your balance, as the place of balance is. You want to have a balance between your outer world and your inner world. What you take in, you got to take something out. You don't want your house to be full because then you won't be able to move. It's going to be very crowded. That is why you push through. That's why you got to have an equal distribution in and out. In and out. Have you ever seen on the grocery stores, they're paying for things, they go beep, and they do more. That's like balance. You balance your things. So do you hate yourself because you're afraid of falling? You're afraid of failing? You're afraid that you'll become a historical disaster where everyone will look down on you and you're like, nah, that's not what you do. Because you have a name. Your name is your identity. Your face, the way you look, is your identity. Preserve it, protect it, take care of it, because that is something that no one could take away. Your identity is sacred. Hold it sacred. Treat yourself sacred because what you have and the power that you hold can really make a change. It's just up to the way that you do it. How are you going to do it? If you do it by opening yourself, opening your for others, be opening the door, open your cages, portray that positive energy. And you do it by not being afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to fail. You do it by catching yourself and by catching others. So what if you make a fool of yourself? It's just a good time to sit back and laugh. But there's always today, every single day we get is another opportunity we have to push through, to get something more done. Use your days greatly wisely. Like we say, push through, row the boat, huh? Like to row the boat? I've seen you fishing before. It's pretty cool. Do you hear me, everyone? You do not want to hold yourself back in fear of failure or in fear of breaking the boundaries that have never been broken. If anything, that should be something to motivate you. Failure motivates you to want to succeed some that things that you failed in and breaking boundaries. But instead, these things don't motivate, they make you fearful or they hold you back. That's not the way. There's no going back. Once you step your foot out there, you can't go back. But there's only a forward. You'll always move forward with each breath you take, with each punch that you will take. Just all you have to do is open the doors for others, and then you've made it. You got it. That's all you have to do. Open the door and help the people. And do not put yourself down. Just it's a moment of sorrow. You can stand up for this. And think to yourself anything that causes pain, sorrow, anything that causes that you regret. You can think about anything that you've done wrong to yourself, to others. Think to yourself and even think of moving forward. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very good. Very good. Go get a bag of chips and a bottle of water. It's time for the chips and water. Chips and water, huh? I like chips and water. I believe in the thought that everyone is equal, the eminence of every individual, almighty works of God, almighty works of balance. The truth will define who a person is. The righteousness of family, wisdom, influences, values, and guidance. The belief you don't have to be yourself for success is misleading. The power of love that holds us together, the works of others that inspire us, in hope that we believe in, that will rescue us in moments of despair, separation, and ruination. And all of us will get the forces that we are called upon to make all of us come together. Every action is awarded with a reaction that affects a person one way or another. Whatever reaction occurs is meant to transpire or to lead oneself closer to their destiny. As we know, this may be the first and last meal we shall devour. For some it will burn, and for others it will open the emptiness. But together, ships will make us come together. For every tear, somewhere else there's laughter. What's one's misfortune, there's someone else's misfortune. But when we all come together, the barriers are broken. Show each other your love. We are all people under the sky. We all deserve the best. We thank all those a part of our lives for all they've done. We do thank all of those who have done well for us, and all those who have done us wrong. They helped us to become us, and in this occasion, we thank them and honor them and appreciate what they've done, whether it be good or bad. Helps us to learn and move through it. In this occasion, we will come together. What we say is the words because everything will happen as it is meant to be. They say here in the balance, what someone gets, someone else will get. Mm. As the balance has come together with the music, with ourselves, come together with the sounds. Eat chips and drink water. Eat chips, drink water. As we acquire new lives, we learn to accept our differences, each other, and cherish every moment of our lives. Everything that happens, we come together and help others to come together. Let us live this great world with our great selves and resources and passion and live our best life. That balance has come together. All of us have come together. You may go home and have a good night. I want to talk to everyone here.